All right, I'm on hole number 10 of the Ventura Open. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. I'm in my 99 account. I got some T4 clubs, and we're out there just trying to shoot the minimum score and see what we can pick up along the way. All right, hole number 1. Let's see if we can hit. What would help me on hole number 1 is if I could hit the freaking ball perfect into the cup. That's really the only thing that's missing. It's the only thing that's missing on this hole is just being able to hit the damn ball perfect into the cup. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So far, 8. I've hit 8 shots coming into the cup so far in the tournament and haven't hit one of them perfect. I think I take that back. I think I hit one of them perfect and I missed on the outside of the cup. And this is usually one of those holes in one-on-one play that if I hit the shot perfect going into the cup, it goes in the hole. Rat bastards. Just a couple top spin. Try and get 3-6. It's 2.1 per ring, so it's a little shy of 2 rings. Put some curl on it to bring it back over to the fairway. I want to try and stay as far to the right as possible. Hit it 1 ring right to the left. I think that put me about in the middle. If you get over too far to the left, when you come onto the green, it is a little bit more difficult to get on the green. So if you come at it from the right, it is a little bit easier. The trough, if you're over in this area right here, you've got a little bit more fairway to deal with. Whereas when you pinch off over to the left, you got to come at it from the side and it's a little bit tougher. Okay, my Kingfisher. My Kingfisher hits, I should be at minimum club. That's 2.4 per ring. What this really takes is a perfect shot coming into the cup. And that's going to be in the rough and out of the rough. Excellent. I'll have a nice shot from there. It's probably wedge. Yeah, that's wedge for sure. So there's min. There's max. So I'm at about mid. So mid's 2.1 per ring. $2.1 per ring, so there's 2-1. That leaves me 8. I'm going to do a little shy of a half a ring. So 1 and a little shy of a half. And I hit it great. So I'm 1 for 9. And I was that far away on the front. On the other side, I hit it great to the right and I hit it great to the left. And that's the deal, is like right there in the middle between those two greats is a eagle. It's just, I'm having one of those weeks. I'm so thrown off when we have those 9-hole cups, especially this week, because we already did the Southern Pines 9-hole cup. And then they just revamped it and made it the Easter Cup. And I'm sure that's because they're low staffed. The coronavirus is going around the world and they're like, hey man, we could pop out something here. Everybody's at home, sell a few more balls and we could just pop one that's already in the can. So let's pop out one of those 9-hole cups. You would think, because they've already had 2 9-hole cups, you would think that somebody in the background would have been working on a 3rd 9-hole cup at a different course. But they just pulled one out of the can to do the thing. And anytime we have those weeks where there's 9-hole cups, it's always a difficult, if you're producing content and stuff, it's always a difficult week because I'm way behind. So normally on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'd still be working. I would have been working on the Ventura Open to try and tighten my notes up coming into the opening or the qualifying round. And now I'm just about at that point right now. So I'm a whole round behind. It's throwing me off. Maybe by the weekend round. The weekend round is going to be what would normally be like an opening round for me. So maybe it'll be one of those times where I fire it off in the opening round and get a good score. I've had pretty good success in weeks where I'm really flat at the beginning of the week and just barely make it. I've probably got 3 or 4 tournament wins where I barely made the weekend round and then went out in the weekend round and just lit it on fire. So I'm hoping that that's the case right here. All right, hole number 11. That was hole number 10 of Ventura Open. Hole number 11. Da-da-da-da. All right. Taking a Saturn. Yes, I could take a backbone. It's more accurate, but I play a lot with my Saturn, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm going to take a Marlin. Need to open up a chest. Get some club cards. Never play without an open slot. That's the rule. Okay, hold on. All right. Had to go talk to a man about a horse. And we are back. Where are we at? We're on hole number 10. Are we ready for hole number 10? I can't remember. I think we were. Hole number 10, Saturn. It won't matter whatever we get there. It's a par 3. It's just like playing one-on-one. We just land there and you got to do it with whatever you got in your bag. That's where we're at. Just chilling. Seeing if we can get an opponent. No, that's not good. Come on. Come on, man. You think there'd be a ton of people out there with that trophy count? All right, let's just quit thinking about it. Let's just go out there and put it in the hole. Had a pretty good front round, front side, picked up hole number 6. Almost epic failed on hole number 8, scrambled, got my eagle, or excuse me, my birdie. Not exactly sure what happened on that wind adjustment there, but I know I'm not super excited about it. Let's see if we can get this in the hole. What I'd like is to be close. This hole is just, I don't know what it is this week. I'm just off my game just a titch. It's 4-9. It's 2-4-9. 2-7. Somewhere in that neighborhood. That was about a 2.7 ring pull. Hitting it perfect. Wow, I can hit perfect. I didn't realize that I was capable of it. And I'm still like 5 miles off the hole. Which is really funny because I played this a one-on-one and I played exactly that same way. And you'd be amazed that like that one right there rolled back to it. But how close I am. This is definitely one of those holes where you can get super close all the time. And this hole's been in the game since the very beginning. I played this hole. I don't even know how many times I played this hole. It's been a bunch. Bunches and bunches. I know that most of the cash flow that I have in this account came from tour well, not in this account, but in my like 77 account, most of my cash flow came from Tour 7, almost all of it. Probably 50 million of it. So that means I'm 500 games up in Tour 7. And so I played all of these Santa Ventura holes. We're in Tour 2 and Tour 7, and I've been playing them forever. All right, that was hole number 11. Let's go to hole number 12. This is the big par 5. Let's see if we can get in. Let's see if we can get the at least give myself a look at Alba here. I think last time I brought a sniper. What did I write on my notes? Extra mile. I'm trying to think here. I think I tried a max overpower hook shot here with this account. And I was 2.5 rings off the third cut of the rough. Trying to get myself up there to get myself into a better spot. I just don't want to epic fail in this account because I have no recovery club. So I don't want to. And anytime you're in the rough or the sand in a lower level account, unless you're right up by the green, you really are putting a lot of stress on your clubs and asking more of them than maybe they can get done for you. I don't like putting my rough iron and my sand wedge in positions where they're destined to fail. It's better to be in the fairway, let your opponents fail. I'm curious to see coming into, I know like in my odd account, it's playing in a rookie masters bracket. And it took a 12 just to get in. 3-5. Little teeny bit of curl. Isn't it perfect? So in the qualifying rounds, it took a 12 to get in the opening round. People coming in with 24s. I think there was like 80 people that came into the round with a 12 or better as far as qualifying. I'm not sure. We'll have to see today how many people, where the cutoff line is, because I'm curious to see in my odd account in that bracket whether or not any 24s don't make it. I think it'll be pretty close. In my 77 account, there'll be some 23s that make it. But I think in almost all of these brackets, if you shoot the minimum score of 24, you're probably got a ticket to the weekend round. There will be some brackets out there, though. Just depends. Yeah, plenty of room. So I'm at minimum club, 1.5 per rank. And I am. How much room do I have on my red line? Sure, I have enough room to take the wind out. I'm going to go breezing by that hole. 3-4, 3-7. And I don't have enough to take the wind out. Slide it across. And then I'll short shoot it just a titch. And hit it great to the right. Close, no cigar. Not quite enough room to work out all the wind properly. But a pretty good try for a great to the right. It was just great to the right. when I'm sliding it across, like when I'm getting those shots and I hit my red line and you're trying to pull the wind back, what I'm doing is the reason I slid that to the right was I'm trying to draw that imaginary line to where I would have actually ended up if I'd have been able to pull out all the wind. So I slid it over to the point where I was directly above that. So like I picked a point right here and I slid it until I was above that point, and then short shooting it to try and give it a little bit more, a little less power. It's not an exact science, but it's at least trying to address the issue instead of just pulling. Because if you just pull back to your red line and then you stop, and you still had, let's say, a ring or a ring and a half that you needed to pull, and you were pulling that at an angle, so you're angling to the right, and you stop at the red line, even if you short shoot it, you're going to be off to the left. So I was trying to allow for what I couldn't catch and then short shoot it to try and put it back in the spot that it should have been in. Convoluted? Yes. Does it work? Maybe. It wasn't too far off right there. If I'd have hit that perfect, it'd have been a pretty close shot. Pretty close. All right, good luck in the tournament. Dragon Man. All right, hole number 4. Wish I had. Let's see. Let's go look at hole number 4. I really want to try the little bump in the front, because with this account, if I go over from the left-hand side, which is where or the right-hand side, which is where I normally come from, I mean, my chances of hole-in-one are grim. I'm gonna do the shot from the front, and I'm gonna do a 10% wind adjustment. And I'm gonna take a Saturn. I'm gonna take whatever. Sorry about that. Let's look at my Saturn. Which one of these has the best ball guide? I think it is my Saturn. Maybe my B52. I'm going to take my Saturn just because I feel pretty comfortable with the wind numbers there. What ball do I got? I'm going to bring a nav. Cut the wind down just a little. All right, let's get risky and try the little bounce over. I normally would never in a tournament do this shot because these par 3s can eat your lunch. And you make a bad wind adjustment, you make a bad adjustment, and you can get your lunch ate. And so I normally like to get on these par 3s where people are epic failing, and I like to get my birdie and move on down the road. But let's go for it. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Just a little sliver of backspin. Go right at the cup. It's 3.9, 10% would be 4.4. There's 3.8. That's about that much. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got my adjustment right. In the hole! Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. That ball was going about 1,000,000 miles an hour. If it hadn't hit the hole, it would have ended up at least a good 6-7 yards past it. Can't be good, be lucky. And I've noticed that earlier. I put that little teeny sliver of backspin, even though my ball guide looked like it was going where it's going. You got to remember the way that the terrain is here is that you're down in a hole and you're trying to hit it up to this spot right here, and it is steep. And so the ball, as far as its bounce, is traveling about that same height. So when it hits on the other side, it's on the flat up there, and it just scoots forward, and it's actually going faster than what you think it would, what you think it'd be going. And so it's the speed thing here. I've tried that shot several times this week, and the speed thing is always Always, I've been a little short and I've been a little long, but trying to get it so that it's right at the cup is difficult. All right, that's how to get the hole. That's one way to get the hole in one on that hole. In my upper developed count, I'm taking a backspin club. I'm taking either a Saturn or a Grim Reaper, and I'm going right at it on the green. No chance of getting anything but a birdie, but I'm giving myself a great look at a hole in one. All right, I've gotten hole in one and Albie in the tournament, so I can check those boxes off. Hole number 14. What is hole number 14? Oh, this is the big par 5. The big par 5. I'm taking a QB and a hammerhead. Hammerhead. Hammer time. Duh, 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 duh. And a Titan. The king of balls. That's right. If you've got lower developed stuff, a lot of these tournaments are sponsored by Titan. If you've got upper developed stuff, it's sponsored by Kingmaker. It really depends on your ball inventory. And it's really important to have a ball inventory, especially even if it's just Titans. I mean, I know a lot of people play every hole with a Kingmaker. Every hole doesn't need a Kingmaker. Two eight. A little shy of 3. I moved it way over there because I'm trying to add more curl on. There's max curl. I'm going to go out to the outside line. Oh, that's bad. I'm going to end up in the rough. Or did I give myself enough room? I did. I could have put more curl on. I'm going to set that shot up. The next time I'm on this hole in one-on-one play, I'm going to set that shot up so that I'm in my QB and I'm going to be maybe 2 rings off the right-hand side, and I'm going to put max curl on it. And I'm going to work that shot out so that I can figure out what it takes to get right along this line right here. As far as like where I want to get as far as close to this line, this is probably the best that I've been all week. Distance wise, it could be, I'm pretty close to where I'd really like to be. Putting some overpower on it. I'm not sure what benefit there is to hitting to the other side and hitting out there to that spot. So you got great distance. Now you're right behind the trees. Good job. Good job. Two and a half. I'm going to come over just a little. Take the wind out. A little less than 2 rings. Two rings great to the right. And that's pretty much the shot that I take with I do about 3 topspin with my Guardian and max OP, and it's right there in that spot. Occasionally, 1 in 50, 1 in 100, you make an Albie. But I'm not dicking around on this hole anymore. I just want to get up there on the green and move along. You know, is my opponent doing, what in the hell are you doing, dude? Are you trying a hook? I cannot believe that. Why? What part of curl are you not understanding? Yeah, dude. What exactly were you thinking was going to happen on that shot? That always cracks me up when I watch some of my opponents do their shots. I don't normally sometimes I'll watch my opponent's shot, but I won't try and get into the nuts and bolts of it, because sometimes looks different when you're on the setup side as opposed to watching somebody set it up. But that shot right there had disaster written all over it. And they didn't need to do that. All they had to do was set that ball up out there and curl it around. See if they can recover. They recovered. Look at that. Nice shot. The crowd goes wild. They are excited, I can tell you that. They're at their house going, woo! I am not going to practice these holes. I practiced it earlier just so I could make sure that the wind adjustment was right. And then I did it. But I don't want to practice it anymore. If we get hole number 7, I may practice that one because there's a rough bump on there, and I'm trying that rough bump just to see. I in the past I would never do that rough bump there, but I am exploring it just to see what it looks like. Hole number 15. Da-da-da-da. Hole number 6. This is an absolute. I got to get an eagle on this hole. This is a hole that we have to get eagle on in this tournament. I mean, if there's any hole that any par 4 we've got to get an eagle on, this is the one. And I have to bring a kingmaker. It's the only ball that'll get it done. And whatever's in that bag, if it comes down to where I have to use more than that extra mile in my putter, we got bigger problems than the fact that I have whatever club I have in my bag. A 4 backspin. 3.5 to 4 backspin. That is the key here. And I'm being tentative on it. I was like at 3 and a little last time, but I need to be at 3.5 at the minimum. And my opponent has their bullseye directly on. I mean, look at how close they are to the transition between the two. So if they hit anything here great to the right, they're screwed. You got plenty of room on the left. And they got room for a perfect. Boom. Boom, boom. They'll make, oh, that's where I was at yesterday, was down into that area right there. And let me tell you, that's a suck putt. That putt, yeah, that putt's going to suck. Okay, I want to be 2 rings off of this transitional surface up in the front. It's in a round 4 backspin. I'm going to add on 10%, so it's 2.5. There's 2.1 for a little over a ring. I'm going to add some curl to bring it to arc it back over to make it hit that rough. Oh, and I hit it 1 ring great on the outside. That might be bad. It's not as bad as hitting it 1 ring great on the inside, but it's in the sand. It lengthens it out when you go to the left. So if you hit it to the right, if you leave yourself 2 rings of separation there, you can usually, if you don't clip the rough up on the pad, you can make it over. But if you hit it great to the left, it lengthens out the distance from the first bounce to the second bounce, and it almost eliminates all of your curl. And my opponent made that shot. I made 1 of those yesterday and missed 1. And this really all boils down to hitting it perfect. Okay, and the distance away that I am, I'm going to be a little off. The wind is going to play a little bit of a factor. I need to hit it perfect. Hit it great to the right. That will not go in the hole. That will be great to the right. A perfect and a great to the left could have made it, but not a great to the right. All right, dropped that hole. That is not good. Picked one up and then did not get that. That's bad. That's what we call bad in the business. All right, that was hole number 15. Hole number 16. How much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. Hole number 16. All right, let's see if we can get a hole in one here. I missed the hole in one on this the first time by less than the width of the cup, or the width of the ball, I should say. I'm going to take a Saturn. Saturn and a Navigator. 4 backspin. That's the key. That is the key. And I'm doing a 5% wind adjustment here. Is this the one? No, I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment. 1.2 times whatever the wind is. Do some quick math. 1.2 times 2.4 divided by 1.9 is 1.5 rings. I want to be in the center of this area. I'm going to put on 4. A little. Okay, it's 1.5 rings. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if I can get it in the hole this time. And I missed it by that when it went right there by the hole and did not drop in. That's exactly where it stopped the last time. I was literally right on the edge of the cup. That's 2 super close misses. Super close. The key there is the 4 backspin. And I'm trying to get that second bounce. I want it on that fringe area, right on the edge of the fringe, as far as distance, so that the ball will stop at the cup and not roll past it. These are definitely not the type of holes. These holes right here eat a lot of people's lunch just because they don't use the wind ring method, and it's not that they can't get this in, because obviously people make hole-in-ones when they're doing that stuff, but these types of shots, the wind adjustment, you need to make as precise a wind adjustment as possible. And these types of holes right here, eyeballing it, makes this hole super inconsistent. No hole-in-one for me. In the hole. Birdie, birdie. Should have been a hole-in-one birdie. Damn it. Close. I will forfeit. Then I'll have to call that guy, my buddy, back. We've been playing phone tag. And he's it. Now I'm it. All right, that was hole number 16 of the Ventura Open in the opening round of the rookie division. These last 2 holes, and I had a little faux pas on hole number 8 on the front and was able to recover, but I do not want that to happen again. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. Hole number 17. Let's go check it out. I know it was wrong earlier as I didn't have any background noise on, so turned on some Weezer radio. See if that changes our luck any. Maybe. All right. So last time on this hole, I took the white line. I ended up in the right spot. I did the rough bump and got caught up in that rough and was able to make it in, but I do not like getting caught up in that rough. Part of the problem here is in my upper developed account, in this rough area down here, this little rough area, let's see, erase that. So this rough area that's right here, I can be 2 rings off of the set, 2 rings off of that with my grizzly. And then when I make my wind adjustment, I'm starting off at 2 rings off, but with my Saturn, I'm 1 ring off of it. And it is super close. So I'm going to do the bounce over, but I'm not going to dink around with really trying to get aggressive. I want to make sure that my next bounce is on the fairway. If you run long here, it's got a little bit of a backboard and it'll come back to it, but I do not want to get caught up in that rough. So in this particular account, I'm not going to do the rough bump because I think it's too risky. And this is a hole that a lot of people are going to epic fail on. So I do not want to be one of them. Open up my pin chest, get it rolling, getting some commons. I think I got a big topper in there too. Trying to work on my clubs like everybody else. What does everybody want? Everybody wants a maxed out set of clubs. That's the deal. And you just got to play your clubs to the best of their abilities until you get to that point. And if you're hitting from this side over here, you really only have to get in between those 2 shadows. If you're in between those 2 shadows and you have a sniper, you can go around this tree right here. If you've got a guardian, you can go in between those trees, in between this tree and this tree, and you can come straight at the green. Usually in one-on-one play, I play to the left. And the only time I play to the right is in tournaments because we're really, in order to get my QB up into the spot where they've got their extra mile, I need a 3 power ball. And yes, you can take that shot with an extra mile, but I'm not interested in taking it with a super inaccurate club. There's enough room for error with a 100% accurate club. 3-4. I'm going to do 3-7. Try and hit it perfect. Oh, and hit it great to the left. 1 ring great to the left. It's shorter on the left, so it'll be in the rough. You know, shit, it'll be in the sand. That's bad. This is long iron range from right here. And I only have a Malibu, which is a short iron. Now you can get your long iron up into here, so I'm going to be pretty close down in here, but I don't know that I have enough topspin to get me all the way over. This will be a difficult recovery shot. I may have to lay it up there in the front and then chip it up. That's funny. My opponent came with an extra mile. I came with a QB, and I ended up in the rough. And they almost clipped that rough in the front. It clips that rough in the front on that bounce over shot, and it gets stuck real easy. I do have enough to get over. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'm doing a 5% pull, so 10% would be 3. That'd be 1.5. Be 3.2. What is my Malibu? It's 2 per. I'm going to do a little over a ring and a half. See what happens here. Okay, recovered. It's close to that tree. It's like, am I going to clear that tree? Where the hell did that tree come from? It's good to know that from up there you can recover with a Malibu. In the hole. Birdie birdie. Escaped with a birdie again. Not as bad as the last time. The last time I had to take a shot out of the rough up close for my third shot. How much time we got left on the video? Plenty of time. I will forfeit. Maybe. Good luck in the tournament. All right. Let's see who's at the top. Let's see what's at the top right now. Got 28s at the top, 27s. I'm on a 26 track because I didn't pick up 6 on the back. It cost me. I did pick one up on the back, but 26 is about as good as I can get because hole number 9 is not a big Albie hole. I'm going to lay it up here in the front and then take my hammerhead and bring it home. And my chances of getting an Albie here are, I won't say 0, but they're pretty low. Take that bag right there, and I'm going to bring a Titan, the king of alls. All right, here we roll. Hole number 18. Let's see if we can go get our eagle on hole number 18. I know I will not be attempting to try and get Albie. This is going to be get up on the green, get your eagle, and get the hell away from this hole. Chip and 2. Is this the Chip and 2 clan? Steve goes first. Let's see which way Steve's going to roll. They got an extra mile, so it looks like they may be trying to hit it over. I know of the clubs, if you're taking this shot right here, if you're taking the layup shot down here, you've got a lot more curl to bring it around the bend to get it up into this area up here with a QB than you do with your extra mile. Where in the hell are you going other than the rough? And they clipped. They clipped going through. They got, all right. All right. You got it, man. Be 3 rings off that transitional surface. Three and a half rings. And I am not worried about that ball guide. And why are you doing that, dude? That shot right there is money. Money. That's how easy it is to do with a QB. 3 rings off, take the wind out, max top spin, max side spin. Roll. with my rock, the reason I've been a little tentative on how deep to go in there because I've been playing this hole a lot with my rock. My rock has a lot more raw distance than the QB, so when you put on the top spin, you take the risk of rolling out into that rough in front and overshooting it. With the QB, it's kind of hard to overshoot it. That'll work. That dog will hunt. 3-6. It's about 2 rings. It's 1.7 per ring, so there's 3 4s. Oh, and I hit it great to the left. That's bad. I actually was getting a little aggressive there, actually going for the Albie, but probably shouldn't have. But figured, what the heck? If that would have actually, if I'd hit that perfect and it actually would have went in for Albie, that would have been a prime example of the blind dead squirrel finding a nut. I'm starting to get a little lag here. This is scaring me. Okay, wind is not going to be a factor, so I'm going to go right at the cup. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. In the hole. Eagle. All right, that was a nice clean round in my low level account. I dropped one shot that I really shouldn't have dropped. Didn't pick up the eagle on hole number 6, but other than that, it was a really nice clean round. Did pick up a couple shots. Good luck in the tournament. You never know whether they're on hole 18 or hole 9. That's why if they do a 18-hole tournament, we won't be able to double. They won't be able to double dip like that. Let's see where I think hole number 6 is the only hole that I had a failure on. Hole number 5. I picked up hole number 4. I was able to pick up the eagle on hole number 6 to put me at the 26, and then I dropped it on the back, but I did pick up one. All right, so nice clean round, getting me into the weekend round. I got a little bit of work to do if I want to have any shot. I'm going to have to pick up, and it really all boils down to holes 1, 2, and 3. I think holes 1, 2, and 3, those are the holes that I have with this account. I have the best opportunity to pick a shot up, and I'm going to have to pick up at least a couple more than what I did. I think any shot with this account, any shot of trying to get a banner is going to start with a minus 28. So I'm going to have to pick it up a little bit from where I was at. If I would have picked up 6, that'd put me at 27. So really, you're not talking about a lot of shots here, not a lot of holes that you have to pick up. So it's very, very doable. And I think the first 3 holes are where we really need to get as much work done as we possibly can. But that was a great opening round in my 99 account. And I will see you. I will play tomorrow, Saturday. My goal is to get up really early tomorrow and play my practice account and then play my main account. I want to try and get them done on Saturday. And then I'll probably play my 99 account on Sunday. But I will see you there. So everybody have a great tournament. Stay safe. Watch out. We got the coronavirus going on, so everybody stay at home and chill out and play some Golf Clash and have fun with your wife and kids and play with your dog. Thanks for watching.